Hi, it's Chris Safety Dog here. COVID-19 and the hours of service. Have they been suspended? That's topic one of this video. And for truck drivers, how do you stay safe and healthy on the road during COVID-19? We have some tips, so stay around to the very end of this video for those tips. As of the time of this recording, which is March the 19th at approximately 11:30 a.m., this does not apply to federally regulated carriers. This is a provincial exception by the province of Ontario. Have the hours of service been suspended here in Ontario as they have been in the United States? Great question. I asked that of the MTO and I got a response. And congrats to the MTO, by the way. I sent the email off and I probably got a response in 5 or 10 minutes. So I thought that was pretty darn impressive. So I asked, have the hours of service been suspended? The response I got, and I will read. Yes, Ontario has declared a state of emergency to limit the spread of COVID-19 virus. It is a priority of the government to ensure essential products continue to be delivered to Ontarians. During the state of emergency, commercial vehicle drivers are exempt from the hours of service and trip inspection requirements while providing relief. Commercial vehicle operators still have a responsibility to ensure vehicles are safe and drivers are not fatigued while operating commercial motor vehicles. End of statement. I found that statement quite interesting. So while providing relief is a key component of it, so if you're hauling emergency goods to fight COVID-19, you are exempt. Now in the United States, they have been a little more explicit. And I'm going to read to you part of the U.S. statement. And I think this is really important because should you be involved in a crash and have to defend yourself, and you are using this regulation because you've driven past 13 hours, although you are wide awake and not fatigued, you drove past 13 hours, you're going to have to defend yourself in court. And so I think it's important that you do that. And one of the things in the U.S. regulation that they clearly state is if you've used this exemption, you must take 10 consecutive hours off duty before driving again. So great guidance for Ontarians who are driving trucks. If you do use this exemption, take 10 consecutive hours off duty before driving again. All right, so what does the U.S. say? And again, I'm sorry, but I will read this. This emergency declaration provides regulatory relief for commercial motor vehicle operations, providing direct assistance in support of emergency relief efforts related to COVID-19 outbreaks, including transportation to meet immediate needs for 1. Medical supplies, equipment related to testing and diagnosis and treatment of COVID-19. 2. Supplies and equipment necessary for community safety, sanitation, prevention of community transmission of COVID-19, such as masks, gloves, hand sanitizer, soap, and disinfectants. 3. Food, paper products, and other groceries for emergency restocking of distribution centers or stores. 4. Immediate precursor raw materials such as paper, plastic, or alcohol that are required to be used for the manufacture of items in categories 1, 2, or 3. 5 is fuel. 6 is equipment, supplies, and persons necessary to establish and manage temporary housing, quarantine, and isolation facilities for COVID-19. There's a bit more. You can read it below. I'll put it in the show notes, but I just want you to know, now, alcohol, when they refer to alcohol, I'm sure they're not worried about restocking LCBO. It is in reference to the alcohol that is used in manufacturing of disinfectants. So that's the first part. Be safe out there. If you do have to exceed the hours of service for any reason, then make sure you take 10 consecutive hours off duty. Tips for staying healthy. I went to Health Canada's website, and so I'll just refer to that. But the first tip is social distancing. Stay 6 feet or 2 meters away from other people. For truck drivers, I know this is very difficult. You're going in and out of buildings. It's hard. Do the best you can. Second tip is wash your hands frequently. Wash your hands frequently. Every time you go into a building, please wash your hands, and especially wash your hands before touching your eyes, nose, or face. So avoid touching your eyes, nose, mouth with unwashed hands. When coughing or sneezing, either use a tissue or cough into your elbow. Okay? The reason you don't want to use your hands is you're going to contaminate your hands, and then everything you touch, again, for other people, has now been contaminated, so such as fuel handles. The last tip I will mention is they say to frequently disinfect high use or high touch surfaces. Now, the first part of that is disinfect. Very difficult to find disinfectant in the stores at the moment. However, they do suggest you can make your own. 1 part bleach to 9 parts of water. So if you took a spray bottle such as this and filled it with water and 1 part bleach, so 1 part bleach, 9 parts of water, you've now made your own disinfectant. And you can disinfect high touch areas such as the door handle of your truck, both inside and outside, your steering wheel. You know what the high touch areas are. Don't forget the radial control knobs, things like that. So disinfect high touch areas. The difficulty for truck drivers are public toilets. Let's talk about that. I myself, if I was a truck driver in today's world, I would take a roll of paper towels and I would take my spray bottle with me, and I'm going to disinfect the toilet before I use it. I'm sorry, that's the way I am. Normally, what I know, I don't go that far. I'm not normally a germaphobe. However, in today's world, I want to stay healthy on the road. There's nothing worse than a truck driver being sick, laid up in a sleeper while in the truck. So that's item number 1. The second part of that, of course, we need you. We need every truck driver on the road at the moment that are hauling these items for our comfort. I'm no longer driving truck, but I do need these things that you are delivering. So please, I want you to stay healthy. A selfish reason for me, but more importantly for you. I don't want to see you sick with the flu while on the road. Of course, for most of us, if we do catch COVID-19, it is an illness and we will recover quickly. However, for some of us who have different health issues already or that are older, it could be disastrous. So please let me know in the comments below what I missed, what you think of this video, and click like and subscribe, of course, to the Safety Dog channel. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Safety Dogs out.